So, it's Tuesday, I'm feeling better, and I want to thank my friend Matt for making up some colloidal silver for me, which is an antiviral, antibiotic. And he dropped it by yesterday, and it's, besides tea, honey, and cinnamon, it's really helping a lot. I'm going to put my sweater on here. So I'm just home from band practice with, I was actually able to go to practice even though I'm sore because of, the virus is working its way through me, whatever it is. This, it's got to do with the lungs and shit, but I just felt like getting on and talking for a second. A lot on my mind. I don't know what will happen. So this is one of those times where, if this does happen, folks, that I'll make a video and then I won't upload it because it's like, well, I don't even know why I did that, because like I said, I sort of plan my videos and then I don't. I just have things on my mind, and this is quite an odd time in life. Let me turn this up for a second. What's interesting, or maybe of interest to someone, is this music playing is a track, a jam that I just put down, and it was inspired by, of all things, this Enslaved, a metal band, a Nordic metal band, but that listening to this inspired this music, which sounds nothing like Enslaved. But it came out of listening to the song Migration. What they do, I'm doing, in a way, I'm doing what they're doing on that song. I am. It's interesting. I just have a lot of thoughts about the current climate, and disclaimer, whatever I say, it's just me speaking my mind. So if I say something and you think it's crazy or you just really don't like it, well, just go with it. It's just me. It's not you. I'm speaking for myself. With that in mind, elections are coming up, midterm or whatever you call them. We're being assaulted with the ads. And I'm just really incensed, personally. That we are forced to continually have to suspend reality and continue to play the game of politics. That we have to believe all the lies, because just look at where we are, and look at what continually has happened. The only thing that's moving is the money. Whoever's got reins of power is doing what exactly they want. And we, the regular people, or at least ways from my point of view, me, the people that I know, we don't count at all. It's like we're really in the way of what these people are doing. They do not represent us. Not any one particular politician or leader I'm going to be singling out, because what I'm doing is I'm speaking in a it's a swath, and what I'm feeling and thinking in my mind and all the information it's based on can't come out in these words. And I don't have the time nor the wherewithal to try to pinpoint all of the details as to why I have this point of view about how corrupt power is from the point of view of a person on the street. We have no representation at this point. And it's just kind of like, we just have to just take. We just have to take it, you know. Literally have to take it in the ass, because for a lot of reasons, it's like, you know, I don't know, these things are on my mind. It's like, you know, like I said, it's because I listen to this trash, and it's like, I'm pulling my hair out listening to these when I hear these ads, and I do hear them because I do listen to a little bit of radio in the morning for the news. It's part of my routine, and it's one that I want to. It's one that I'm going to do it. You know, it's not my fault that the world. It's not all my fault the world is so fucked up. But I have this routine. I want to listen to the news in the morning on the radio, and so I do. I always have. And my grandmother and my dad were news watchers, and my grandma, when I lived with her, she listened to the talk radio. Was up a lot at night, and so I do it too. And I hear these ads, and I just hear the bullshit. It's like, my thought is, my goodness, you're running for an office, and all you can do is tell me what the other person didn't do? That doesn't say anything about you. It actually does. It says a lot about you. That's the best you can do. You don't have nothing to offer. You can't honestly tell me that you can make a change, and so all you can do is, because you want that job, you want that money, you're going to run down the other guy. And that's what I see, because, you know, politics as a system is just, it's shot. It's rotten to the core. And I maintain, from my point of view of what I keep seeing in the world, that it is totally delusional to expect that somehow this game of politics is going to actually turn around and do something good for a change. Because it's not. And it just pisses me off how in the past, even in the recent past, when I speak up and say these things in different ways, in different forms, I'll actually have people come and trying to attack me as though I've done something by merely pointing out something I see. I'm not the one that's wrecking. I mean, I'm part of it because I'm a consumer. I'm living this lifestyle that we've set up, which can change, you know. I think that's the thing that, as I don't know if I'm just an egghead or nuts, but it just very seldom escapes my thoughts, this idea that, you know, this is a shared experience living on this planet, and it's just like, it really appears that there is this mindset that has decided, well, we've just fucked it. We can't make things any better, so we're just going to run this program until run it into the ground, you know, and we'll just fight people off, or we'll just keep them at bay with entertainment, drugs, sex, and we'll just do what the fuck we want. We're not even thinking about. I'm speaking about the greed heads, people that have positions of power. I'm only imagining, I don't know, but that's what it seems like. You know, that the course, the trajectory of what's being done on this planet is hideous, insidious, it's for someone, but not for me, not for most of you watching this video, I dare say. I think it's just way beyond time where this, as a topic in general, needs to be dealt with. You know, I'll bring these things up, and almost inadvertently, one of my friends or someone I know who follows me will break into the conversation with some stupid ass fucking joke. Like, well, we really need to lighten this mood. No, we don't. And it's like, you don't get me, you know? It kind of blows my mind a little bit to think that when I bring these things up, so many people think that what I'm doing is doom and gloom, and I'm sad and I'm mad and I'm afraid, and I'm none of those things. I'm angry and I'm empowered. And that's my intent, is just like Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, you know, lift back that curtain and see what the fuck is going on. It empowers you, you know, and it's like, even though we can live our daily lives like we're doing right now, I'm so aware that the infrastructure, or certain parts of the infrastructure that keeps this going, is so delicate that it could crack, and things could become mayhem. I'm not saying that I'm worried about it. I'm saying my awareness of the reality of, the economics and things like that. And so I just get pissed, looking at politicians and talk radio and mainstream, like, I don't watch television, I don't have TV, I don't have cable, I don't have the local networks. I don't even have that little box that you get. So the only TV I see is on YouTube and a few other channels on the internet. And there really is, it really appears to be such a confused world that there really are, there is this cadre, and it's not a lot of people. It's known that money is monopolized, worldwide. It's monopolized. It's a small group of people that own everything. And so, to me, it's really obvious the levels of disinformation, distraction, downright madness that is being pushed constantly in the media on people, and it works. It just really gets up my snout, And then the whole approach of basically saying that everything is bunk through the use of the conspiracy theory approach. And it's still working, My God, The only reason why the so-called conspiracy theories are there is because it keeps being shown. And that's what, again, also gets to me. Day after day we keep seeing, well, it's true. It's not somebody's madness. This is really happening. And yet, I suppose why I even bother to say these things is because through technology, we really are a global community. I don't know what it was like back in the ancient times when they made the pyramids, where it seems like there was some sort of worldwide connection going on. I don't know, I wasn't there. But for example, the difference between how life is connected now and when I was a child in the 60s, I mean, it was easy to have complete mayhem occur just a few miles away, and you would never know because of the isolation of communities. It's like you live out in the country. You don't know nothing about the city. It's still like that for a lot of people, but for folks like you and I who are connected using this technology, we're part of a global community. And that's why at times I just feel the real need to speak like this. Whether I'm seen by some as a fool, a lunatic, or just whatever you think. I'm not claiming it. I'm saying I'm speaking out of it's like it's part of my reality, so I speak about it, It does seem to be part of my nature as a individual. I come from a family of artists, musicians, and ministers. And I've talked about this in the past, but spirituality and religion used to be very important to me. And for a long time I was going to become either a preacher, and then that turned into becoming a Jesuit, and I went and visited a monastery as an acolyte for a short time, and that just busted the dream, because it's so fucking corrupt. And it didn't even take me any time as a teen at a Catholic Jesuit monastery to find out what those people are really about. Okay, So that's where this continual conversation, how it keeps coming up in my life, that's what it's about. The awareness that we're a global community and that we're trapped in certain ways in this lifestyle that we've built over the centuries. So we're part of the problem, but I feel like it can at least try to satisfy my own self by trying to be part of the solution, by trying to live and not consciously hurt people, nor myself. I've done both in the past. I think that is the law of the land. I understand that it is the universal law of the land. Hurt no one intentionally. You know, when people are hurt by things that we do, and these things are necessary, like, for example, you're in a plane and the oxygen, you got to put the oxygen mask on, and you have a baby, you know, the smart thing is you put the oxygen mask on first, then the baby, not the baby first, okay? That's just a real raw example of where it can appear to others that you're making decisions that are hurting others, but you know what you're doing for the right decision. But that has nothing to do with all of the behaviors that we're capable of as humans that are hurtful, harmful to others and ourselves, consciously. I'm just really, really aware of this, and it's really important for me as an individual to not consciously hurt people and take advantage of them, because I've had both happen to me, and I've done both in the past. And to my way of thinking, my values, that's not honorable. Consciously doing things that you know is going to fuck people up, and then doing it, that to me is dishonorable. That's my personal values. And it directly ties into why I will have these occasional rants about politics, about organized religion, about not rich people, but privilege, how power and privilege just has a setup for such an unsavory world. It's an unsavory, inhumane world. We as individuals make our lives beautiful and wonderful daily. I know that we do. But what I'm saying is also happening and important, you know. I've been seeing this stuff since I was a kid, you know, and I bring it up because I really do know that awareness, and when people are finally willing to deal with the elephant in the room, you know, things can be done to turn the tide. In my understanding of the grand scheme of things with this particular universe that we live in this planet, and the cycles of this planet and this reality, that everything cycles, and so what's coming, what we've called in the past the golden age, the idea that the idea of my back is funky tonight. The idea that another golden age of man will likely emerge is part of why I don't just ignore this train of this, what I see, because maybe I won't be seeing the turnaround, but the turnaround happens, and it happens. Something happens, and it starts. And perhaps I'm delusional, but I would like to think by keeping this in my consciousness and occasionally speaking about it, as well as trying to embody it in my actions, that perhaps I can be a part of the process of being a solution or moving towards a better time. saw a spider, so I had to get it. Whew. So if you're still with me, and man, it's 20 minutes. If you're still with me, all I'm doing is just kind of musing, you know. In the comments, if you want to give me your version of things, that's cool. But I'm well past anyone telling me that what I see is not there, because I've dealt with that, and I still deal with it. People saying that you're off your rocker, or it's like, it's not like that. And my response is, well, it's not like that for you. So I wonder if you can understand that. I said it before. We live through our perceptions, We don't all see and think and perceive the same way, even though we basically have the same hardware and software. So I'm just musing out loud, sending this energy, these thoughts. Don't just forget, don't just play your records and be mindless, because it's just my opinion, but I think that, especially in the sense of us being in a global community, too much of that is part of the problem. Just trying to ignore things and just, oh, I wish it would just go away, or I can't deal with that, or what can I do, so I do nothing. I just think it's enough time. It's that, some of us need to try to, stir up the pot a little bit every now and then. I think that's all I'm trying to do.